Hi, my name's Jen. Welcome to my channel, All My Plants. Today I have some plant chores, mostly repotting stuff. We'll see what I get through before either the camera overheats or the battery dies. Both are likely to happen. Mostly I think I've got Hoyas here. I've got a Gasteria, I think it's called. I don't know. Syngonium, or what I know as Syngonium. But either way, I'm going to try to get some of them repotted for one reason or another. I guess I'll do this guy first. What is this? Piper parmatum. Yeah. I just got this and it's not doing well. You can see it's very kind of droopy. I guess maybe you can see. I can't see, but hopefully you can. It's droopy and I think it's just drying out too fast. I've watered it like 8 times. So the soil is just not holding on to any moisture, and it's not really, I wouldn't consider it well draining, so I'm afraid to really saturate it because it says it needs well draining soil. Keep it moist, but requires good drainage. So we're going to repot it and hope that it's happy with that. So I'm just dumping dirt in here. That's the measuring cup, isn't anything magical. And I have my soil mix here. It's basically the same thing I always use. I might have made it a little bit more. There's actually more soil in this soil mix, and it's usually more bark. But some of these plants are struggling because they're drying out too quickly. And I think they're all going in the greenhouse where they will also dry very quickly. So, excuse me, I'm trying to lose my voice. It's allergies, again, as usual. I hope my dog doesn't start barking. He just heard a truck or something outside the window. He's got like a bird's eye advantage now, bird's eye view of everything. So he's really enthusiastic about protecting the land. Am I gonna put it right back in the same? I'll put it in this pot. It's slightly larger, mostly it's just deeper. I'm gonna put it in that though. I mean, it's not a huge difference. So, what has everyone been up to? Plant things, I'm guessing? Because the weather, I think, in most places, at least in the US, is improving as far as warmth goes. Weenie. Weenie. Dogs barking, birds screaming. I'm off to a great start. Okay, so the dog has been evicted from the room, and I'm going to get back to this. Can't remember what I was talking about. Maybe it wasn't important. I think I was just saying the weather's improving, yay, basically. We've had a cool spring here. So, but it's like 80 degrees outside now, and it was 50 last night. Weird. So this has some very fine roots, so I'm not trying to like tear those up. I'm just knocking off some of this soil, which I just watered it and it's fairly dry. Fairly. Okay. If it'll fit in that pot, I'm just going to go ahead and stuff it in there. This is really pretty. I don't want to kill it. It's an interesting plant. It's unusual. I think it's the texture that I like. And it's creepy, hairy stems. Fuzzy, hairy. I don't know what you'd call it, but they are. Is that going to fit in there with a little bit? Yeah. And plop it right in there. I am going to have dirt all over this. That's going to be fun. Maybe I should find something to put under it, huh? How about the lid? I'm trying not to get too much dirt on it because I just started streaming on Twitch. Variety, so it's not just plant stuff, it's whatever, games and all that. But anyway, so that's why I've got my surfaces covered, because I also do crafts, and it's nice to be able to just take the stuff off and throw it in the wash. It's very convenient. Very convenient. But yeah, anyway, so if anybody is interested in that, I'll put the link down there. I don't really have a schedule yet because I find it very difficult to find time to do things that I want to do. I think that's just life. for most people. I mean, unless your job is social media, which mine is not. So I'm not an influencer or anything. This is my hobby and I enjoy it. But anyway, yeah, I'll put the link down there. It's not my midlife crisis. I mean, it probably is, but that's the username. I'm not telling you I'm not having a midlife crisis. I mean, who knows? It's fine. Everything's fine. My best friend laughs at me when I say that, but I mean it. I'm pretty sure everything's fine. It's gonna be, right? Am I beating this microphone? I can't tell. All right, so I guess that guy's good. It's just a little bit more well draining and a little bit of room to grow because the roots were to the edge of the pot. I wouldn't say it was like crazy full of roots, but there was some roots over there. Now where am I gonna put them when I'm done with them? We'll just set them off to the side here, and hopefully I don't knock this drink over on my electronics. But yeah, that also explains the chaos, the mess that's going on around the plants back there. This is where I sit when I stream. I just moved the camera like much closer in my face. I think so far all I've streamed is games. There's probably not much on there as far as videos go. Anything for you to watch, really. I don't know what's up with this guy. This is the Gasteria. I think it says ox tongue variegated, maybe it said. I don't know, it is variegated. I don't know if you can tell. I might have to put in some like pictures or something somewhere. It's a pretty little plant, and it does have some variegation. It's kind of cool. It's very thirsty, and I think the soil is just not keeping up anymore. Got some babies in there with it. Oh wow, it had roots all the way to the bottom of the pot. That's cool. And I definitely, looks like I put a ton of, perlite in there, which I don't worry too much. Wow, it's got so many little pups popping out all around it. There's like 3 or 4 over there, and they're all variegated. I'm gonna say there's 3 on this side, 2 are variegated, and 1 is all white, or appears to be at this point. This is so dry, and I do water it. It looks like I haven't watered it in 3 years. But I have. I think his soil just wasn't any good. Was it in a plug or something? It's got that look to it, like it had a plug, you know, with the mesh netting around it. I don't know, maybe not. Maybe I just didn't disturb those roots when I did transplant it or repot it. Okay, so yeah, you can see some little roots hanging in there. Sounds like my husband's home. Somebody's here. So my dog might start again. Yay. Am I gonna put it, I think I'll put it right back in the same pot, because it's not like a huge plant or anything. It hasn't necessarily outgrown it. I just think it needs some help on the soil front there. That, and get him up a little higher and centered better. And I'm using the same mix because I've found that this plant can actually stand quite a bit of water. More than I would have thought originally when I bought it, which is why I had it in so much perlite, I guess. Is that a delivery truck? I appreciate that you probably can't hear what I'm hearing. I'm glad we're not hearing my dog bark, to be honest with you. I love him, but he's convinced that everybody who pulls up in the yard is here to murder me, and then who will feed him and take him to the beach. He went to the beach yesterday. It was a great day. It's a great day if you're a little dog and you get to go to the beach, apparently. Whoops. He's like, I don't know what he is, Jack Russell and I think Chihuahua mixed. He was supposed to be a Chihuahua, not a Chihuahua. What do they call it? Like a Chorky, a Chihuahua Yorkie mix. He's probably 35 pounds. He's much bigger than any Chihuahua or Yorkie I've ever seen. I mean, he's not a big dog, but he's not what I thought I was getting either. And I paid for him. But I love him, so it's fine. Everything's fine. I love him, and he can be a big-sized, big-mouthed dog, and it's okay. I just can't ever have company. Now I can, like, people can come over. Some people he just does not like for some reason. And it's nothing about the people, you know. A lot of people tell you, oh, dogs can tell if people are good people or bad people. It's not that with him. It's just, I don't know, some people are scary, I guess. Like my best friend, he loves her to death. He gets so excited every time she comes over. But she also sneaks him treats, so. No, she plays with him, and I don't know, he just likes her. He's seen her a lot. He's very comfortable with her. But then, like, my mother-in-law come over, and her husband, and no, the mother-in-law's okay, but her husband, and he's the nicest guy I know, no, my other dog bit him before she died. And I think that's where he learned a lot of that behavior, was from my old dog. She was a good girl. Her name was Pippa. But anyway, I'm not here to depress you about my dogs. Just chatting. Just chatting. So Mother's Day is coming, right? And my husband, this is the first time I think I've ever said this to him. He's like, what do you want for Mother's Day? I said, well, I want a capture card so that I can play my Switch and, like, stream it. And he's like, oh, okay, cool. He's like, where do you get that? I was like, I don't know. You can get them on Amazon for $15. He's like, okay, what else do you want for Mother's Day? I was like, eh? He's like, well, I'll take you to that plant store you like in Delaware and buy you some stuff up there. How about that? We can, you know, make a day of it. And I actually looked him dead in the eye and said, I don't think I need any more plants. And he proceeded to nearly choke and fall over and die. Not really, but yeah, so I don't think I've ever said that to anybody before. I don't think I need any more plants. Of course I'm still going to buy plants, but I just don't know that that's what I wanted to make him spend his day doing, because it's the place he's talking about taking me it's a couple hours away, about 2 hours. I'm trying to figure out who I'm going to do next. I have a couple of these. These are Hoya Polynura. This one here just dries out really fast. It's always wrinkly and floppy, and I think I planted it in straight bark or something. But anyway, I didn't want to make him take me and do that on his Sunday, because he doesn't really get many days off. This is another, well, it was cuttings of Hoya Polynura, but they've grown some. They're in bonsai mix, and as far as I know, they're rooted because they're growing, but I keep forgetting them. They're sitting on a windowsill by themselves, and I just keep forgetting them and letting them dry out, and the leaves are growing really, really small. So I'm not sure that they're getting the moisture they need from this bonsai mix, especially not when I don't water it. But anyway, I think I'm going to put them all together in a hanging pot. My other one's in a hanging pot. Do I really need this in a hanging pot as well? Decisions. Yeah, I'm gonna put it in a hanging pot. Right? Am I? I am. We're gonna put it in this poor thing. I think they'll fit. I don't know, we'll see what the roots look like, but that's so, I can't remember what was in here, but I killed it for sure. Maybe it was a string of hearts. I think it was a string of hearts. And it was a nice one too. I don't know how I killed it. Maybe I left it out too long last fall. I can't remember. I really couldn't tell you what I did to it, but it's no longer with us. All right, this is 2 cuttings. I got these in the winter, December, January, I can't remember when I got, that is some rich soil. It smells just like fertilizer, and it's actually slightly damp. So it's got decent roots in there. I'm not going to destroy those. I don't know if you can see them, but there's plenty of like little roots. They're all mixed together. Fine. So you there, and you there. I know I put no soil in the bottom of that pot. Maybe that's why it's not. There was soil in there. There was also a lot of like cocoa cocoa husk, cocoa chips, whatever you call those. I don't know. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It just doesn't, I don't keep up with the watering well enough for it to be mostly potted in something like that. I don't know where to put anything. Okay. Someday I'll remember to turn this thing on silent before I start recording. Today's not that day. Clearly. There we go. Now it'll just voop, voop behind me in the seat. Alright. We're going to try to get these guys out of here, see if they got some roots. Oh no. Oh, he had little roots. I don't know if you can see them. No new growth on this one though. But the tiniest little roots there, which you may or may not be able to see. So cute. Okay, anyway. I don't want to rip their roots off. I'll just give them a little support while I dump this bonsai mix out. How about that? There we go. Oh, okay, we had roots. On everybody, how many's here? Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 2 have no new growth, but the other 3 do. Maybe they'll do better in soil. Okay. Moving along. What? Oh. Maybe I should put some in the bottom here. Okay. Alright. Trying to figure out plants is like watching me trying to figure out my life. It's like a struggle. No, it ain't that bad. It's really not. Anyhoozle. The greenhouse, I had to move a bunch of stuff. Maybe after I get done here, I can like sneak in some clips. I had to move some stuff around in there because, which I will probably keep doing, but I had to move it because some stuff was like leaning against that plastic on the back there, the side of the greenhouse, like toward the outside, and it was burning. It was burning. So I had some burnt leaves. What comes to mind is on my philodendron giganteum and my silver sword. They were both kind of on the sunny side, up against the plastic there, and neither one was really enjoying contact with that plastic. I guess it gets really hot, which to me it doesn't feel hot, but then again I don't sit there leaning on it all day, so the plants do. So I did move them, and that's that's better. I haven't had any other problems in there really yet. Like, not that I'm planning on any, but so far, I mean, so good. Put you right in the middle. Get in there. Oh, your little root's sticking up, sir. Please put that down. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. I'm just poking these in wherever. There's no method to my madness here. The only method is to get the roots covered, basically. I need more soil. I'm like trying to stuff it way down in this pot like that's somehow helpful. It's not. It's not. I'm allowed to add more soil if I want to. Okay. Then I guess we'll tuck these 3 on this side. The bark. There's still plenty of bark in my soil mix. It makes it really hard to get like tiny plants down in. Okay, there's one. I think I still need more soil because this is going to settle, right? It's going to settle quite a bit, I'm sure. Yeah. That one in there. And then we'll put you right there. These poor things, I hope they will be much happier. You need to move up some, because I don't know why, but I didn't add enough soil to even cover the roots on the other plant. Like, Welcome to my mayhem, right? I'm gonna figure it out. I'm getting it together. Just be patient with me, little planty plant. Oh. Alright. This can't be worse, right? No, it's fine. Everything's fine. I think it's good. They always look kind of funny when I first repot things, and I don't know if it's just because I'm a terrible repotter, or, you know, maybe it just takes things to settle in, takes time for things to settle into their new home, their new pot. So that's a hot mess, but trust me, everything's fine. It's gonna be fine. Please stay down in there. Okay, I think it's gonna be fine. Where can I put it? Over here. Okay. I thought for a second there I was going to throw it on the floor. So what? Wow, look at that. We've done 3 already. Okay. I need another hanging pot. Don't I? Do I? Let's deal with this one in Leca first. This is, I got it from the same lady I got the Hoya Polyneura I just repotted from, and it came in Leca. And it's grown, I guess. I see roots in there and it looks fine. It looks fine. But I keep forgetting to water it. Things in Leca, I have very few things in Leca that do well, I'll put it that way. Soloasiana, that's all it says on this one. Which, I mean, it's cute. Let's see if I can throw some Leca in the floor. It's lovely, right? But I think it's grown maybe 2 leaves since I got it, whereas some other ones have really taken off and done a lot more than that. So, I don't want to, I'll put the Leca in this cup, how about that? How you like that method? Grab and pull. Oh, this is gonna be noisy. I'll be right back after I make all this noise. Okay, so hopefully I don't kill this plant. It looks like 3 in here. I don't know why I thought there was 2. Oh, and everybody's grown a leaf since they've been here. I'm still making noise, I'm sorry. Leca. That's supposed to be Hakuna LaPlanta's thing, isn't it? All the Leca noise. Love his channel. Anyway, yeah, the roots are fantastic. I'm surprised because my underwatering. It does look like it had perlite all in there. Like, I guess that's what it was rooted in, was perlite. But I'm trying to gently remove these Leca balls. Some of the roots are coming off with them, which I don't know. Ooh. Let's do one at a time. Oh, we can't because they're all tangled together. Oh, there's one. Alright. Do I want to put them all 3 back in the same pot? I think probably. This one? This one. Ding ding, we have a winner. Alright. Oh my gosh. So yeah, I think the plants I do have in Leca that actually are okay is I've got, it's just a Frankenpot of Hoya. It's like Pibicalix, Croniana, and maybe Crimson Princess. Just kind of all thrown together in a little bitty pot, and they've been in there for 2 years and somehow they're still alive. They didn't even have roots, so they rooted in there even. And they're fine. And then I have Philodendron brantianum. It's like 1 strand of it, and it's about 10 feet long, and it's just crawling across a thing in my dining room, which is weird because it actually grows okay there. It's right above my pellet stove, and it's there year round. So I don't know. Yeah, look at those roots. I wasn't even going to show you, but yeah, they're okay. I'm not sure how much this is going to love transitioning from Leca to soil, but I reckon we're about to find out. Man, that's a lot of roots. It's gonna be fine, I'm sure. We hope. If not, then maybe we can get a cutting from it if it starts to tank. No, I don't foresee any problem. I haven't had much problem switching things out of LECA. I've had some difficulty switching things into LECA if they didn't root in LECA. I'm not the most patient with transitioning things, so that's probably a me thing. And, you know, no fault of the plant or the LECA itself. It's just me, I'm sure. And I think another part of that, I think, is I just don't water that much. And I guess water evaporates around my house like crazy, or my cat's drinking it. I don't know. She's not drinking it out of the cup underneath all that LECA, so I have no idea where the water goes. Am I not filling the reservoir enough? Putting enough in the bottom of the cups? I don't know. I really couldn't say. But most things that I have in LECA will be transitioned out, except for that Brantianum. It's going to live there until it's all the way around the house. I mean, we'll just go room from room if it gets much longer. It's fine. I don't mind. Look, and I've buried this one right underneath another one. I'm hoping to get them spread out a little bit more so they can actually get some light. They were kind of, you know, I mean, they were all in this cup, which is, you know, not nearly as wide as the pot that I'm jamming them in now. The pot that I'm currently jamming them in is wider, so maybe they'll have a little bit more room to not grow underneath each other. You know, I'm hoping. Mostly, like I said, my issue was that it was just drying out so much, and I kept forgetting to top it up when I'm watering other things. Why I would forget it, I don't know. But we'll see how that goes. Cute. Humble opinion. Put a little tag back in here because I'll never remember what it is. I'm still not sure. It just says Sulawesiana, which, as far as I know, that's a region that this Hoya has come from. I'm not 100% sure. I don't know that much about it, but it's lovely. It is lovely. It's a little gnarly looking. It's got like some lumps and bumps on it, and I don't know. It doesn't seem to be hurting the plant. I assume it's just, well, what I assume is it's from drying out and then being overwatered once I rehydrate the LECA, and that it's like some sort of edema, maybe? I don't know. If I can find a picture of it, I'll put it up here so you can see it up close, and maybe you'll know better what it is than I do. But moving on, the next plant, can you go right back in there? You didn't even come out of there. Oh, I shouldn't have put you in there. No, I can get you. Can't I? Yes. Okay. So that one's going to live in there for now. Who's next? Let's do this. This here is just drying really fast. I just got this guy from a nursery across the street. It says Nephitis. Red arrow. I know it as Syngonium erythrophyllum or Yanocardi Road or Red Arrow, but yeah, it's just drying really fast. It's in, I don't know, it looks really peaty. It might be coconut, I don't know, but it's drying really fast, and I'm losing some leaves because I'm underwatering it. So, oh, and it's really, really well rooted in there. So that might be another reason why I'm underwatering it. That's plenty of wonderful roots. Cool, cool, cool. I'm wondering, do I want to put this in a hanging pot? Because I don't think I'm going to put this guy on a pole. I've already got some Syngonium on a pole, the Albo one, and I don't know. Poles take up a lot of room. So do hanging pots, because I have so many of those. I'm constantly, after I water them and I go to put them back, I'm walking around holding it and like, where do I hang it now? Because I already hung something in the place where that particular plant normally lived. I think we are going to put it in a hanging pot though. Once again, I don't want to be terribly disruptive. So I got the same girl who I just got those other plants that I showed from, she gave me a cutting of this plant. It is still just a stick sitting in some bonsai mix. I tried it in water, I tried it in Sphagnum moss, there was just no movement. So finally, the last ditch effort, I put it in bonsai mix. That one's rotted, isn't it? Just at the end, just the tip. It just never did anything, and I'm pretty sure I'm done arguing with that stump at this point. I'm pretty determined usually, but I mean, I say I'm done arguing with that stump, but I've got a Monstera albo over here on this shelf. It's a node, about that long. It has been in there since March of last year. It has done nothing. It has not rotted, it has not dried up. I think when I first started it, it was in perlite. Nope, it was in sphagnum moss. The root rotted. It had an aerial root on it, that rotted. So I took it out of there and I threw it on a bed of perlite, which is what it's currently on. Still hasn't done anything. You can see where it's going to grow from if it ever does grow. I've changed the lighting, I've moved it around. It's got high humidity, I can see moisture in there. Just doesn't do anything. And as long as it doesn't rot, I'll just wait longer. On that one, I don't know why. I mean, I do have some Monsteras around that are albo-esque. They're not the whitest or brightest, but I don't care. I like them. They're pretty. All right, I'm done destroying the roots on this, I think. I mean, that's good enough, right? Small hanging basket. Do I have one of those? I would have if I took this thing out of its pot. I have two right here. All right, well, I guess we're gonna put it in this one. This is a hanging basket that I have the clip to. Yes, I have the clip to. All right, so we're gonna stick it in here. The only thing I don't like is it only has one drainage hole in the center. Can I poke another one? Is that a thing? Can we do that? Can I cut one? Like some slits in the side? Are you thick? It's thick, chunky plastic. Okay. Ugh. These little scissors were not meant for this. Gosh. Okay, well, we've got a couple more little drainy places down there. All right. I don't know if you can see any light through them, but yeah, they're there, I promise. I promise. Okay, because I don't like relying on just one little drainage hole in the middle there. In the highest point of the pot. Okay. So, I guess we've got a little bit of room to grow there now. Why? I just keep collecting things in my way. I can't function like a normal person. It's not meant to be today. Sorry. I'm just checking see how bad the camera's overheating. It's actually not too bad yet. I usually have a little fan that I've started putting on it, but it's over there on the corner of the desk. Not doing any good right now. I wanted this plant forever. It's been a wish list plant, but I think the first time I saw it, I was like, I'm not willing to pay that price for it. And then, like I said, the girl I buy miscellaneous plants from, she just sent me a cutting as a bonus, and it still doesn't have a single root on it. I just don't know. But then I went to, and this place is almost across the street from me. It's like a little farmer's market, or not even a farmer's market. It's like a produce stand, basically. And as time has gone on, it's become an orchard, and I think she is going to have a farmer's market there. So anyway, she's got a greenhouse. She's got a couple greenhouses now. And she had this in there. She had pink princesses in there. She had, I want to say maybe it was Hastatum, like silver swords. a few Hoyas, like the more common ones, Pubicalyx, you know. But anyway, so I was like really surprised because, like I said, this place is, I can walk there. I can walk there, and I live in the boonies. I be boondocking. But, yeah, and I think, how much was it? I want to say like 15 bucks? $17, $16.74, yeah. So I was pretty stoked. Is this not, that's not serving any purpose. It just says houseplant, foliage. I thought so. I had my suspicions, but now they're confirmed. It is a houseplant. But it will probably go outside. I don't know. It's been happy in the window other than drying out really quickly. It seems like a big pot for that plant. You saw the roots though. It's fine. Everything's fine. Okay, I just said the temperature wasn't bad on that thing. Apparently I'm a liar, because it was. It cut off. Alright, I've got this little pot here, and I think, where did I put the trellis? I've got this little trellis, and I think I'm going to put these guys on it. Oops. Because they were in the greenhouse. This one here was like all wrapped around everything. Apparently it's ready to climb. Hoya crassipediolata. This one here I got from a seller on Etsy. And it's grown quite a bit, fair amount. And then I got this one for the same price, already this size. I mean, I guess this is new growth, but in Delaware from Pepper's Greenhouse for $13. Probably the same price for that. This is a much better plant. Not better, bigger. But anyway, they're both very wet. Neither one needs water. This pot might be too big. Should I put some extra bark in the bottom for a little bit more drainage? The bark will break down after time, but that way it won't be sitting with wet feet, or quite so wet. I mean, it does have drainage holes in the bottom. I'm just trying to like build up a layer on the bottom. We're gonna put bark in there. Oh, okay. Just pull everything off. Okay, what have I got? This is Orchid Potting Mix Coarse Blend, Miracle Grow brand. I don't have the light on. Sorry. We're just not even going to turn it on at this point. Maybe that's causing the overheating issue. I don't know, but anyway, that's what I'm using. Chaos. I should have called this like Jen's Chaos Corner. Never mind, all of my plants, all in my chaos. Alright, so yeah, there's a thick layer of bark in the bottom. This bark does break down, from what I've noticed. I've put it in the bottom of pots before and then went to repot, and there was just no bark to speak of. But yeah, because I don't really want it to set much deeper. I don't think either one of them has enough roots that they need to be much deeper. Take a little bit of that out. Okay, we'll see. I don't know, I haven't pulled this out to look at it. Oh, it's got roots though. I don't know if you can see any on that side. I can see them on this side. There we go. Maybe. I appreciate that I'm farther away than usual. Yeah, this is a mucky mix. There's no actual bark in it. That's weird. And not much perlite. It's mucky. But the roots look fine. It didn't seem to be bothering this plant. Alright, anyway. Where am I going to put this? Right in the center? Of course it's one that's going to want to lean in the pot. Right there. Yeah? Now I need to build it up with more soil because I just took some off. Okay. See how that goes. No, I want it to sit up higher than that. Alright. A little bit more. Maybe even a little bit more. All right. Now let's try. That's pretty good. All right. Okay, and where's the other one? Right here. This is the one I got on Etsy. Very wet. I had these, this one anyway, sitting in a little bin with some propagations, so when I water, like overspray and drippage and whatever accumulates in that bin. So this is very wet. Neither one of these I don't think are going to get watered today. I will probably, I know it seems weird to repot a plant and not water it right afterwards, but I'm not going to water it right afterwards. I'll water it tomorrow. Come on now. Spin, spin, spin. Right there. Yeah. Okay. Whoa. So much mud. But yeah, I don't want to drown them, so that's why I'm like, I'm just not going to water it. And it'll be fine. I wouldn't wait like a week to water it after repotting it though. So, like tomorrow. Tomorrow. And I think it'll be fine. I want them recently watered when I repot them, but I don't want them, like, I just watered these yesterday afternoon, I think. Pretty sure. I don't want them saturated either, but I need to get things done kind of when I have the time and opportunity to get them done. So normally I'd like to wait until it was a little bit drier, but here we are. It's gonna be all right. All right. How are you doing over here? Push that back a little bit. I love this plant. I know I say that about every plant. I think a couple people have pointed that out to me, but it's true. Well, I've never met a plant that I just didn't like at all. There's some that I'm like, I don't know if that one's for me, but this one here, what makes me love this particular plant is that it has been a fast grower. It's just been ready to go. Maybe it's just the time of year I got it, but I like that about it. And the markings on the leaves, some of the leaves have like black on the undersides. I'll have to see if I can get some B-roll so you can see what I'm talking about, but I do like that about this plant quite a bit. Alright, I think I'm going to go with that there, and I've got a couple little pieces of Velcro. I'm just going to give it some guidance, because it was like reaching out. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm just going to pin it right behind there. I'm sure it'll figure itself out, and then when it grows more, then I'll bring it back around. Kind of like this one here. I'm just going to doop. Don't use plant Velcro unless I don't have to. Unless I have to. There we go. Unless I don't have to. You know what I meant. Alright, so that one's golden. We're not even going to water that guy. I might wipe off the pot now that I've got it. Giving it a mud bath. It's cute. It looks a little weird. I appreciate it, but it's going to be cute, I promise. Alright, let me set that one aside. Ugh, and one more here. And that's this Hoya Sunrise, which I showed it, I think, in my last video that it had this one strand that just didn't take. I broke it off of either this one or the other one and stuck it in there because I was like, oh, you'll be fine. Actually, it feels like it's grabbing at the root. I don't know, I guess we'll figure out what's going on here in a minute. There's nothing really wrong with this, and I did kill one repotting it, another Hoya Sunrise. It was a third one. My other one's outside doing fine. It's getting ready to flower again. This one here just dries really quickly. It's in a very like chunky kind of cocoa core mix, and in the greenhouse I am having a problem keeping it damp or watering it properly. It hangs for one thing, and something about the hanging plants, I very rarely take them down and make sure that they've gotten a good thorough watering, which they don't necessarily love me for. But so I just need it in a slightly less chunky mix, and I think I'm going to put it in a pot that spins 360, which, I mean, you know, it's got this doodad on the top, which is what, a Costa Farms pot? I don't know, but thank you, Costa Farms. I do like your pots. That way I don't have to physically take the plant down to make sure it's getting light from different sides. I can just give it a twirl and we're golden. And I like that. Makes my life easy. So, it even sounds chunky. Hopefully I don't kill this. Ooh, it's got spider webs on it already. Yeah, it's just real chunky. Oh my gosh. Sorry, I saw like white around the roots, and it looks like it's just perlite and stuff that's settled down in there. Man, that's chunky. I mean, there's nothing wrong with chunky, but I don't saturate them out there. And so, you really gotta wet this for a minute to get it wet. And some of these roots actually have root rot. That's really weird for as dry as this is. They're like dry rotted. Ooh, that could be problematic. Let's hope there's still enough good ones in there. It looks like it was rooted in perlite because there's like a gob of perlite in the center. Is it gonna fit in there okay? I'm hanging around that way. Looks a little weird, but it'll do. It'll be fine. If it doesn't die. What's this? A piece that died off. That's a root. Okay. It has new growth on it. I don't know. But those roots did look quite angry and dry rotted to me. Just stringy. Very stringy. So hopefully this will make it happy. Either that or I'll just go ahead and drown it and finish it off. Could go either way, couldn't it? No, I mean, there's enough plant here that if I do notice it seeming to take a dive, I will try to propagate it. Even though the other one that's out there is fine. I will still try to save this one as well, because this one was also a gift from the same person I bought some of the other Hoyas from, that I got the Erythrophyllum cutting from. So, you know, it's a gift. I don't want it to die. But yeah, that, and I mean, it's a lovely plant. It's not quite as sun stressed as the other one. I thought I saw somewhere on it where it was starting. This one was actually much greener than my original plant. Did I break that? Yep, sure did. I see some sap. I think it might be okay. Maybe. Gently. If not, then I guess we'll be propagating it. It seems like that's the #1 reason I get propagating Hoyas. What happened? Oh, I broke it. Alright, so that's the last one. Let's put a hanger on it. Is this the hanger that came off of it? No. This one is? They're both spinning hangers the same size. I've just got a collection of random plant hangers. Cool, cool. I actually got some plant hangers, you know, fancy ones. Decorative. Not like nursery pot plant hangers. That I need to repot some stuff in, but I guess I'm not doing that today. Because this has been chaotic enough for one day. Sorry about the light change and the chaos. But anyway, thank you for hanging out with me. I think next time we're going to do some pole chores, because I have some that need extensions and stuff. Not 100% sure. we'll see. Anyway, thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you for watching, and come back and check me out again soon. Bye.